Hello, this is Bridget with Divine Essentials. Hi there, how are you? I know it's been a little while since I've posted anything, reading wise. So, basically, I've just been having some shitty days, but also some other stuff. So, just haven't really had the energy, opportunity, or desire to do a reading. Needed a break. But basically, we have some cards here pulled. Not sure how long it's going to take me to get through this, so I don't know where I'm going to post it, but probably somewhere. And we started off basically with the Page of Swords came out. Like, I was like, I didn't even really get to think anything specifically. I was just like, blah, there it came. So, for those of you who are connecting here because you are asking about another person, this can be in regards to somebody that's on the outside looking in. So this could be you, like, like checking up on somebody else, thinking about somebody else that you're not near physically, but you would like maybe to message them, or you would like to talk to them, or whatever. Like, this could be your energy focused on somebody else outside of you. Or this could be somebody outside of you focused on you that's not speaking or, saying anything, but maybe wants to. That's what this energy is. It's like somebody's looking at their phone, but they're not doing anything with it. They're not taking actions. They're just kind of like, let me look at it. So it doesn't really get you anywhere. It doesn't really do much, except for probably cause some frustrations. So, yeah, it could be you, could be somebody else. And also, just like collectively, I feel a lot of people could be at this energy of like kind of like looking for answers, or looking for hope, looking for inspiration, looking for just something to like spark you, from the inside, and just kind of bring some sort of transformation to your life. You could be also reflecting on things that have already happened in your life, or just wishing for, like a reset or a redo with certain things. We've got a lot of energy right now with retrogrades happening, so you may be reflecting a lot. There could be a lot of like shadowy energies around, and just some darker stuff happening. Not necessarily like in a bad way, it's just maybe darker. I did roll the dice, and we had the fourth house, which is basically your psychological foundation or roots, which, again, you could be thinking about your roots at this time. And then we had Libra come through, which is like balancing, the very equal opportunity type of thing, like the scales, justice, and then how we relate to others, and beauty. And then we had Venus, which is actually connected with Libra. So it's about love, romance, beauty, and the female energy. So I feel like the feminines could be in an energy of balancing right now. And it could be like balancing out your psychological stuff, your foundation, your physical world, your mental world, your health, your wealth, your finances, like just trying to come into a place of like, hey, how can I get my shit together? How can I turn what I need to turn into what I need to turn it into? And I'm looking over here and I'm seeing fairness with Mott. So this is like a perfect representation. With the scales there, the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So if you've been doing good, you've been doing the right things, you've been acting like a good person and doing what you're supposed to be doing, then, things will probably be okay. But if you've been weird, doing some stupid shit that you shouldn't be doing, you might need to, find some ways to fix that. But I don't think anybody here is probably doing anything intentionally that's out of alignment with the universe and all of that. And if they are, then you might want to change your intentions. But basically down here, this was like the headspace thinking energies here. The first one that came out was the Queen of Cups. So again, if you have somebody else that you're connecting here for, we actually had Queen of Cups twice because I did two different tarot decks. So if you're like, obviously this energy was strong in the headspace. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. So this is for my feminines out there who are actually loving themselves, okay? Because I feel like that is like, that's what the Queen of Cups represents to me, is like somebody that loves themselves, loves others, but like you can't truly love another person, give to another person in a good way until you've like truly loved yourself to like show up in a whole way. Like, if you show up and you're a hot mess, psychologically, your roots are all messed up, your shit's all fucked up, you can't really offer somebody else. I mean, you can love them, but you're going to be difficult, to handle. It's like, you probably aren't going to be the best situation for somebody else to want to actively be like, yeah, let's jump into this. Like, usually two people come together, they kind of feel each other out, and they're like, all right, you're not a hot mess right now. Like, let's see how it goes. If you become a hot mess later, we'll handle that later. But if you show up to the party and you're not, at least like got your shit together a little bit, somebody might not want to hang out there. So this could just be, people recognizing those things too. Like, hey, you know what? Like, if I want to, be with another person, or if I want, things to work out, I got to heal my heart. I got to heal from the people who have broke me, or the people who have used me, or the people who have done whatever. I've got to, let that shit go, and I got to become better with myself and how I treat myself, and, just basically do the things that we need to do. Now, in regards to somebody else, this could be them thinking that they would like to receive the love from you. Because then down here we get the King of Cups twice. So it's definitely a lot of energies here representing these two that are meant to be together. And it's based out of energy of love. And then we had the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands. Those are energies basically of divine connection, divine partnership, people who are meant to be together. So if you have a specific person that you're asking about, they may be thinking or feeling like that the love that you have for them is the type of love that is destined, or the type of love that is going to be stronger than others. It's going to have that spiritual element to it. It's it's going to last. It's part of your foundation. It's, something that's stronger than usual. So they may just be recognizing that about the situation, or they could be missing that love that you've given to them, because then we had the Three of Swords. So this, again, I feel for the feminines out there that are connecting with this is likely you healing your broken heart that's been, and you healing the pain and the stuff that you do to yourself through negative thinking and false beliefs and programming and just all the bad shit that we do to ourselves. And we're like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah, blah. I wish this, I wish that. We're never happy, never satisfied with who we are or what we've done or what we're doing. We're always thinking that we're this horrible, nasty, no good thing. And that is the opposite of self-love. So we need to love ourselves enough to realize that we do deserve divine love, or we do deserve somebody that wants to love us in a divine way that's going to mirror and match our love. So that's, something too, is that some of you could be recognizing that you've been looking for love, and not receiving it, or you've been trying to receive love from places that it can't come from, or people that just don't have it to give, or people that don't love themselves enough to give it to you, because that can also be a thing too. If you're dealing with somebody that this is their headspace of them having all these self-sabotaging beliefs and thoughts and things that they think about themselves, and types of behaviors where they just, instead of doing anything about what they would like to do, just think about it, or, put themselves outside of it or behind it or around it. They can't have it because it's not, they're not good enough to receive it. Then you're going to suffer because they're not going to come forward because of those beliefs. So again, we come back to this whole thing. It's it takes two people who love themselves to be able to love each other in a way that's going to be conducive and healing and happy, and do some nice stuff, or just even start. Sometimes it just don't start until you figure it out. So with the Knight of Swords here, this is about taking swift action, communication. Again, it's that Page of Swords, I feel wants to be the Knight of Swords. In their head, this could be you. You could have things that you're thinking that you're I wish I could just go do this. Maybe you even intuitively get these hits of I know I should be doing this, I know I should be doing that, la 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 la. Could be about your purpose. It could be about your your divine energies that are coming in all the time. We're always constantly receiving stuff and guidance and motivation from the universe on what we're supposed to be doing, which is very usual opposite of what we end up doing, or it takes us a lot longer to do what we thought 10 years ago. it takes us a while sometimes to take action on those things. So I feel like basically with the current energies too, a lot of people could just be getting a lot of intuitive downloads and insights and receiving a lot of information intuitively. You could be having like dreams and things like that, but also that there is this energy of wanting to say something, wanting to speak our truth, wanting to do whatever you're being pushed to do that comes from a place of self-love. So if you've been like working a job or doing something in your life that you just can't stand and it doesn't serve you and you don't love it and it makes you not love yourself, then you may be thinking of like making changes in regards to that instead of self-sabotaging and staying stuck in somewhere because it's the safe thing to do, or because it's what you're expected to do, or because you're not sure how it's going to work out in other ways. That's what people end up doing, is they stay with the safe, easy, shitty stuff that they don't want to do, instead of taking a chance on themselves to do something that would be fulfilling. So again, you can take that in relation to love, or you can take that into relationship to your entire life. So I feel like this is kind of messages that, basically we're focusing on figuring out how to love ourselves in a way that's going to be conducive to doing the things that is aligned with our divine truth and aligned with our intuition and aligned with the divine aspects and guidance that's coming into us. Then down here with the feelings, the King of Cups is the first one out. And so again, this is somebody that has a lot of emotion but doesn't express it. And I know for my feminines out there, a lot of you probably have these emotions that you can't express because the person that you feel them for is not accepting them, or is like not available to you, or you may have told them how you felt but they didn't reciprocate, or they didn't say anything, or they just disappeared, or they decided to go stand on the sideline and not speak to you. And in those instances, there's not much you could do except for just be like, okay, well, the love is there and it exists, but until somebody else wants to, like, if they have those feelings for you, they would have to be the one that would decide to say something about it. And if this is the energy that's here as well, that could be another sign that this person may self-sabotage when it comes to their feelings. They may decide to not take action on their feelings. They may decide to suppress their feelings, or drink away their feelings, or sleep away their feelings with people that they don't have feelings for. Sometimes it's a safety mechanism for people, because it takes a lot, inside of us to sometimes admit things or to feel things anyways. Like maybe this person has just turned off their feelings because they don't want to feel anything, because it's it can lead you to destruction, it can lead you to pain, it can lead you to, what if this person that cares about me right now doesn't care about me later? Or what if this person that says that they like me and care about me and love me ends up not? Maybe they end up doing this, they end up doing that, or whatever. Everybody's got their shit. But basically, King of Cups is here twice, so I feel like there's suppressed emotions, and for some of you, it's because, you have no, like, you've expressed it, they're not letting you express it the way that you probably would want to, and that's what we have here is free will, so you have to kind of abide by that and accept that and move on with yourself. And that may be what some of you are thinking too here, or feeling, like with the Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Cups is about a new beginning in love, and we had it over here for where we're headed. So I feel like some people could be headed into a new direction, especially because I asked where my collective is, and I got the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords. With the Four of Swords, the Empress, Strength, Queen of Wands, like I've got this like empowered divine feminine down here energy, right? Because my collective is a feminine. So basically, I've got the fucking, like, high priestess energies, empress energies, like, divine feminine healing, walking away, moving on with herself into a strength that could be, bringing her to a new beginning in love. Now, that could be a new beginning in love with a particular person that, you've wanted it to be with, or that could be a new beginning in love with somebody that you just have stumble into your life. It depends on what the, universe is doing and what you're supposed to have and what your divine alignments are and, what you're ready for. And sometimes like you may have somebody that you think is your Two of Cups partnership, your divine partner, the one you're going to have your Four of Wands with. But if they, sabotage to the point where it's like they're just not going to express how they feel, or, like things aren't going to get to the place where they can love themselves enough to receive love, then you might have no other choice but to, move into a different relationship, or move into a place where you are gonna, you know, be the lover of yourself. You don't have to be in a relationship. Like, I asked what I should talk about, you know, tonight when I pulled these cards, and I got the Ten of Pentacles. And I feel like a lot of people get this misconception that, like, in order to have this, they have to have another person. The only reason that that's a thing or it exists is because you've placed that much power on the other person. If you can be happy, whole, and aligned with yourself, and you don't need anybody else, you can achieve this on your own. And you just get into that Queen of Wands energy. You become the creator. You balance out your masculine and feminine. You pursue, provide, protect. You receive, love, and nourish, and nurture. And you just do the damn thing yourself. And you don't have to, worry about it. Because I know a lot of people on the journey, they have feelings that aren't, that they can't give to the person they want to give them to, and those feelings are real, so they can't just turn them off, and they can't just give them to someone else because somebody else doesn't jive with them. It's like, no, like, I've tried, I've looked, like, I don't want them to touch me, I don't want them to look at me, I don't want anybody near me, unless it's going to be the particular person. And I totally understand that. So in those cases where you feel that way, your best bet is to just focus on loving yourself and making yourself, the person that's going to create the Ten of Pentacles. You don't have to, because if you put that out there, that, like, the only way I'm going to have this is if I have my King of Cups that belongs with this Queen of Cups, like, that type of belief is going to make you feel really bad, and it's going to make you feel really, shitty, and it's going to be very hard to create abundance. It's going to be hard to create, alignment in other areas in your life. It's going to be hard to feel good about anything or want anything. It's probably going to be hard regardless of what you tell yourself, but you can still achieve this, and you do have to kind of at some point, recognize that, like, there's only so much you can do. So you got to find that strength sometimes to be the Empress, and just do what you got to do. Take care of your empire and, alchemize the situation as best as you can. But we also have the energy of the Page of Pentacles here. So I feel like your new beginning with this particular person that's, like, your fucking perfect person, your perfect match, your Two of Cups, the person that was designed and, divined down here for you. The whole thing with the new beginning in love is, like, it could probably happen. You could have that with them if they just, didn't whatever beliefs that are in this that you have, whatever beliefs that they have that are hindering the process of alignment together, need to go away. So you can't blame it all on them either, because it's most likely a reflection of yourself, because they're your mirror. So if it's your true twin flame, they're your mirror. And if they're mirroring to you a version of themselves that ain't speaking, that ain't showing up, that is suppressing their emotions, you gotta ask yourself, where the hell am I doing that? Or, where am I not aligned with my truth? Or where am I not expressing what I feel, and if you do all of the shit that you're supposed to do, and you heal all the stuff that you're supposed to heal, and things still aren't working, well, then you gotta question, maybe this isn't the person, maybe that's not who it is. Maybe there's somebody else out there. But if this is the person, I feel like an engagement or an offer in the material world will happen, but it's going to happen as a result of people, getting rid of the self-sabotaging thoughts, focusing on what they truly want, and being okay with that, and knowing, like, I deserve what I love. I deserve to have love. I deserve to be, aligned with somebody that's going to love me the way that I love them, and maybe start believing those things, like, that going to that place of, like, I deserve love that's reciprocated. I deserve love that, wants to be received. Like, I deserve somebody that wants to talk to me, that wants to be around me, that wants to, do things together. Not, whatever it is that you may be dealing with at this time. As I know many of you, it's not an ideal situation. So start telling yourself the beliefs that will align with the version of reality that will bring to you the experience that you want to live within, and that might help. Then down here, this is for what they want, okay? So this could be what you want or they want or whatever, but the first card out was the Chariot, and then the Eight of Swords. So I feel like whoever it is, whether it's you or them, when it comes to taking action, it's like there's fear. Okay, so your person may be fearful about just getting into their little chat and running on over to you, but they may want to. Okay, I feel like it's not a lack of desire. I think it's a more of they got a lot of fear when it comes to it for some reason. And for everybody that may be different. It could be because your foundation's a little messed up. It could be because your psychological shit's a little weird right now. It could be because you've got your heart trampled on 1,000 times. So you may be guarded when it comes to love, and you may be projecting all of that onto them, because that's what twin flames do. Is we project all of the stuff inside of us that we need to heal onto the other person. Like, and it's a mirror. So it's like, and it's not always a very clear mirror. Sometimes you gotta look deeper into the layers and realize, oh, like, they're showing me exactly what I need to fix. Or they're showing me exactly what I need to see in order to make things better. But you've got to look deeper to get to that answer. So whatever, like when we find out that, okay, it looks like they've got some fears surrounding taking action, where the hell are you afraid of taking action? Where are you, holding back your emotion? Where are you doing these things that are self-sabotaging? So that you can eliminate them on your side, clear the energy up a little bit, and bring forward the energies that need to be there for the balancing out and harmonization of the connection. And with the Eight of Pentacles, this is about work. Like hard work. So I feel like, you or them may, distract yourselves with work. Or this could also be that, like, they want to work to overcome the fear of taking action and moving. Because then we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is somebody that has vulnerable, authentic love, just like the Page of Pentacles. But this one's very emotional. Sometimes it's an apology, or sometimes it's just an admittance of those emotions that we feel. So I feel like this person may have or wants to say what they feel, wants to take action emotionally, but they have a lot of fears that they need to work on. But it looks like they're willing to work on it, but it's going to take them a long time because you get the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest dude here, but he becomes him. And he came out too. So I feel like eventually, for many of you that are resonating with this, your person is going to get there. But it's also a matter of you both doing the work. You both recognizing that it's not the other person's fault, that it's not anything like wrong with you, that, it's like, and that's the thing too. It's like, it's not like there's like, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm not, go from like being like, oh, they won't tell me how to feel, to I'm a horrible asshole. Like, you gotta love yourself. That's all. So all you gotta do is love yourself and love them and accept them just as they are. Give them the freedom to be who they are, wherever they are, doing whatever they want to do. Because that's the true meaning of unconditional love, is to just love them. That doesn't mean you allow them to treat you badly. That doesn't mean you let them come and go and be like, doing weird shit. But if you love them, you love them enough to accept whatever is going on in the moment without, the resentments, without the anger, without the frustration, without the, like, pointing fingers, without all the shit that comes along with, having to deal with it. And with the Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. So they want equal give and take, and I feel like this is probably most needed within your situation so that you can have your Six of Cups, which is your reconciliation, the two of you coming together, rekindling the energies that were probably existent all along or have been there for a long time. Could be there from past lives, could be there from, earlier in your life. Depends on your situation with this person. And with the world, things are likely to end within the phase that you're in, which I feel like some of you are probably coming to an ending of a phase here, because it looks like some of you have healed some shit. It's like, I'm ready to align with my desire, with my passion, my fire, with my like romantic like desires, and like becoming sexy, ready to do whatever it is you want to do and go after it. And I'm walking away from the shit show. I'm walking away from feeling like a hot mess. I'm walking away from the version of me that doesn't love myself. I'm walking away from people who can't show me love. And it doesn't mean you're like walking away and hating them, or walking away and being mean to them, or being mean in the fact that you're walking away. It's just that you're no longer sitting idly waiting for someone to do something for you that you can do on your own, that you should be doing, actively on your own, so that you can move forward and find the strength to create your abundance and your, lifestyle that you want to live. So then over here with the Ace of Cups, again, I asked where we're headed. So it's like people are headed towards a new beginning in their emotions with their love, okay? So that, again, could just be a whole new beginning of self-love. It could be the whole beginning of, I'm just going to go focus on myself, love myself up, and do what I got to do. For others, it could be, I'm ready to find my Two of Cups. I'm ready to find the person that wants to marry me, settle down, and have, a life together. I'm ready to be the fucking Empress. I'm ready to be somebody that feels sexy. I'm ready to be somebody that needs to have that in order to have my Ten of Pentacles, and that's totally fine if that's what you want. So you can believe that and end this cycle and go choose to be with somebody else that's going to take that commitment to you and, give you all of your wishes coming true in a much quicker fashion than it may have been to wait on somebody else. So that's free will, and you have your choices available to you to do whatever you want to do. Then with the Temperance, this is a balancing again. So I feel like, no matter what, you're headed towards more balance. You're headed towards, giving and receiving equally. You're headed towards just like more justice and balance in your life in general. So like, realizing and recognizing you are a big part of what you receive, big part of what you get, what you don't get, what you do, what you don't do. It all comes down to you and your decisions and your motivations and your, intentions and all of that. And with the Three of Pentacles, it looks like for many, you will have somebody to work with to build something. So if you go start working on that empire as the Empress, finding that strength to build it and do it on your own and heal and, align with that passionate desire and drive inside of you, it looks like somebody's going to show up to work with you, and be equal in that partnership of creating your dreams coming true. And so some of you become, somewhat widely known with the star energy, or you could be Starseeds that are here to heal collective energies. So it's like you may find another partner that's going to be like on a spiritual level. Like we have tons of soulmates. We have tons of people that we're here on a divine mission with, and they all play a part. It's like some of us find each other and we talk to each other once and we just know it, and it's like we're connected for the rest of like time. It's like you may not talk to them, but you just still know it, you feel it, you talk to them like occasionally, but it's like that energy's still there. It doesn't matter. Like I've had that with certain people for freaking years now. It's not like we talk on a regular basis, but like I just know that like if I needed to talk to them, they would totally understand everything I had to say. So some people are just part of your soul family. Some of you may start finding your soul family to work together to make your wishes come true, or to rise into your star energy, to be recognized to doing your spiritual work and, taking that next level commitment to yourself. So you could be getting ready to embark on like a little journey into yourself, into, like the healing aspects of yourself, into the parts of yourself that are going to be more aligned with your mission, your purpose, the divine role that you were sent here to do, that may have nothing to do with another person. It could be a partnership with yourself, a partnership with the divine, partnership with, the mission. But with the Lovers here, some of you, it's going to be a choice. So again, we come down to the fact that some of you could be deciding to let go of the divine person that you were sent here with, or, have been dealing with for whatever amount of time. And that doesn't mean that you let go of him forever. It could just mean that you find the strength to finally let go in a way that is like acceptance of the matter that is at hand, acceptance of whatever is happening. And by doing that, that requires a lot of strength, but it brings you to the Temperance in alignment with other things. So it could be, again, a time that you let them go and they go do their thing, and you guys go both off and heal and do whatever you got to do, and then you find each other again later when you're both ready to come together in alignment to be together. Or you let them go for good, and you go find somebody else to be the partner with you that's going to deliver to you everything that you're ready to do right now, and you have that happen. Or you may just go find some new love right now, and maybe it's a karmic love. Maybe it's something that you still got contracts with that you cannot be with your person until you get rid of those. Or maybe you get some shit going on that's part of your karma that you need to release, so that you can emotionally truly love yourself in a way that is going to actually be conducive to you, be conducive to other people. If you've got anything that is like, I really should heal that, or is like maybe possibly hindering me from being with my divine counterpart, which, is anything low vibrational, then you may want to start working on that, because that could be the one reason why they're out on the outside looking in. Is like they're just waiting for you to fucking fix that one thing. They may not even know consciously what it is, but they're going to unconsciously stay the hell away until you fix it. So always keep that in mind. And then up here we had the Lady Venus come through. And we had the Venus energy come through already a couple times. So, Venus is that beauty, Aphrodite, aphrodisiac, it's like sexual appetites and all of that energy. But we have downloads and understanding. It says truth is being revealed, deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. So you could be receiving a lot of information right now, and that could be difficult for some, or it could be just overwhelming, depending on what you're receiving, depending on how far along you are on the journey, depending on how intuitive you are, because some people receive divine guidance and they run to another person to find out, should I believe this or should I believe that? They don't trust themselves enough to accept it, and that comes from that Seven of Swords energy or the Three of Swords energy, trauma response. You don't trust yourself, you don't believe in yourself, you second guess yourself, and that's something that, spending some time on your own will eliminate, and I feel like sometimes we have to go through, it depends, what your purpose is, I guess. But, if you, truly want to align with your divine purpose and stuff, sometimes we have to go through a time of, being solo on our own. But it just depends on where you're at. If you've been relying on other people to give you all the answers, you may want to just rely on yourself for a little while. But if you've been by yourself for a while and you are becoming hindered by that, then you need to get back out and connecting with community and other people. So it's basically just listening to the downloads and understanding that's coming in for you from the divine, that's going to help you with, aligning to what you're supposed to be doing, that's going to help you to get abundance, healing, moving forward, because if being on your own is just going to be a hindrance and you're just going to sit around thinking about the person and the situation that didn't work out and, being miserable and depressed and all of those things, then you probably want to go out and find some stuff to get busy doing. But if you're going to be okay to be by yourself and you're actually going to benefit from, just sitting in meditation silently and getting those downloads and receiving them and not running to other people to get their intake on it, then that may be something for some people to do. Because we have the Teacher Awakens here. So I feel like some of you, on a spiritual journey or a spiritual path, some of the stuff I've done is more shamanic-y stuff, and that usually requires isolation. And a lot of other things that are connected to spiritual paths, there's a lot of isolation involved in it. So sometimes we need to go there to break off from that mechanism inside of us that got used to relying on everybody else's input, or relying on everybody else to make the decisions collectively. It's that herd mentality that a lot of people just kind of go with, even in the spiritual communities. They don't, it's the first thing that they hear that kind of resonates. They believe that and they go with that. And anybody else who says anything different, they start fighting with them. So there's cognitive dissonance everywhere. But it's when you spend some time alone, that shit kind of disappears and you can start to see more perspectives. You can start to see things that are I don't really need anybody else because I got 1,000 freaking opportunities in my brain. Anyways, there's a lot that goes on inside of yourself. So you can, figure it out through the downloads and just connecting with the divine on your own, and awaken that teacher inside of you that may need to be awoken for the reasoning of your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing. Because it says you have something important to share, follow the inner call, and don't let anything stop you. So you may need to go within to figure that out. Or maybe you've already figured out what it is, and now you've got to become passionate about it, find that drive, that desire, the acceptance of the current, circumstances, that maybe you're not going to have your divine partner to be there around while you're, pursuing this, but you don't need that. You can still, go find and do what you got to do on your own. And I keep seeing the rose. So the rose is part of this thing that's been coming up a lot too. So you may be seeing just a lot of stuff to do with the divine feminine, or the layers and levels that there are to spirituality. It's kind of what I'm talking about right now, is basically that there's a lot of levels and layers to it. It's you wake up and you think you went through a freaking, little wormhole of craziness and just non-ending crazy, oh my god, and then you finally plateau. But then there's more of those. And it just keeps going. And it doesn't seem to stop. So you may find more levels and more layers of things that you need to work through. Here's another one. Here's another rose. And it's they usually are marked along the way for you to clearly see them, but only you'll see it. It's like only you will have the eyes for your synchronicity. Only you are going to notice the numbers that like speak to you. There's only, and you have come coded for you. Especially the starseeds. Like the starseeds, I feel like you come in and it's like, just go pop some shit into Google that you intuitively feel guided to put into there and see what the hell comes up. Because I guarantee you, something will pop up if you trust your intuition and go with it the right way. If you doubt and you go to that place of, I gotta ask other people, then it's not gonna work. But if you just allow yourself to follow the signs and the synchronicity, you will be guided to a whole fucking shithole of stuff. Like stuff that you didn't even know could possibly exist that does exist here and otherwise. But this is experiencing grace. It says share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So again, synchronicity has been like non-freaking stop for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's just been a progression lately, like for the past couple of months, even almost a year now. It's like I do not ever not see it. It's like everything is blah, 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 blah. Like I can't even explain it to other people, because it's like, it's not like, oh yeah, it's not 11/11. Like I see that freaking nonstop, but it's like everything is interconnected and just like constantly coming back around to something else, and it's like everything just fits together in this like little puzzle. And if you follow it, or you like take that action intuitively on things, you usually go deeper into something that you needed to know, or something that's going to give you the like guidance that will assist you to make whatever change you need to make. If you need money, it will help you with your money. If you need, to heal, it will help you with healing. If you need, acceptance of a situation, it will help you to find the stuff that's going to help you with that. It's just constantly there, but you got to look for it. And not even look for it, just like acknowledge that it's there, and it will come more and more, and it will just keep getting more and more intense as it happens. And then we had faith. So basically it's like, stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. So I know that we got a lot of shit. We get a lot of darkness. We get a lot of bad people. We get a lot of like not so good energies. And I've been suffering lately with some stuff, but I feel like it just comes with the job. It just comes with the territory. It's like, where there is light, there will be dark. Where we practice light work, there will be people practicing, the opposite. Wherever you put your good intentions, there's going to be negative ones. There's always going to be people who hate on you for doing what you do. Like there's people out there, and it's all on different levels too. Like there's going to be people out there who are doing shit to you that they don't know they're doing to you, through their energy and intention or their focus. If they're jealous, or if they're, whatever, they got their own shit. You say something that triggered them, you're going to get, jabbed energetically by them. Then there's people who knowingly do shit, like knowingly send negative vibes your way, or energy your way, or even go as far as practicing, dark arts against you. But it's all there. It's out there, and it's like, we just got to do what we got to do to get through it, and recognize it, and try to see the good in people, and just see that there is good in the world. Like, because if you let the dark, like the people out there who are doing the bad shit, the people out there who like are, trying to put a hinder in your wheel that's moving forward, if you let that happen, then they win. So it's like, you better, don't let them win. Just like rise above it, be more light, and find somebody to help you get rid of the fucking shit that they said. Or just, get more protection. As much protection as you can possibly get is always a good thing. Try to get more and more protection as possible, like energetically wise. And then inner strength will help you as well. So move back to wholeness and recognize that you have the power. So even if there is people out there doing negative shit, even if the situation that you've got is the fact that your person's with another person, you know what? Like, in looking in the eyes of that person, you're going to be the other person. You're going to be the bad person. You're going to be the asshole. So you always want to think about things on the flip side too, and try to just keep your perspectives wide, and try to keep yourself in a place of like divine, like understanding, this situation isn't ideal for anybody. Obviously, like if the guy's married to a person that, he married long before he met you, then that's a bad situation, but it's not her fault. And of course he's going to say bad things about her because he doesn't, feel the way he feels towards her as he feels about you. But if he is not doing anything about that to change the situation, then what's to say about him? And if she doesn't even know about what's going on, then what's to say about you? So you've got to, look at everything for all sides and try to rise into the place of where is your divine truth leading you. It's probably going to lead you away from that guy until he does the right thing. And if he wants to not do the right thing and keep, pursuing things and being, whatever way that he's being, then maybe it's in your hands to deliver the truth so that things can move forward in the right way. But you've got to follow your divine guidance and what you're feeling guided to do, and, the divine truth that surrounds it at a whole, and just find the strength to do what you got to do, and what's going to make you feel whole and aligned within yourself. And usually it's going to be just rising above the bullshit and rising above the, he said, she said. And, a lot of times I find that people start blaming people who are doing nothing. There's a lot of people out there who think that their karmic is sending, bad negative energies towards them, or they hired someone to do, black magic against them. But maybe, a lot of times the karmic doesn't even know that you exist. or if they do, it's they may not be thinking that you're, actively talking to their person, so they don't have any motivation to do the things that you may be, thinking or speaking about them doing. Putting that fear out there, that anxiety out there, that, bullshit, low vibration, self-sabotaging, oh, it must be because of this, it has to be because of that. It can't possibly be the fact that I don't love myself enough to receive love in the right way right now, or it can't possibly be the fact that my counterpart isn't, loving themselves enough to own up to the fact that they're not happy in the connection that they're in. We gotta start looking at the truths of the situations, not the things that we might think it could possibly be, because if it's not something that's truly being done, and you keep putting that out there into the collective, you're gonna create it yourself. They don't have to get you any dark art crap. They don't have to do any black magic against you, because you're doing it to yourself just by speaking about it, thinking about it, and giving that power to somebody that doesn't even know you're there in a lot of these situations. I'm not saying that's the truth for every situation, but just make sure that's not the truth for you, because if that is, it's something you're going to want to get rid of and realize that you have the power, okay? And most of the time, there's a lot of good in the world. Most of the time, your divine counterpart, if they're a divine masculine, aren't going to marry some horrible, nasty, evil, demonic beast. Sometimes they might, but they probably will have a natural tendency not to do those things. So, give them the benefit of the doubt too, that they probably didn't pick somebody out that horrible. It's just somebody that they don't align with anymore. It was a soulmate. It was a person that they don't really want to be with anymore. And we call it a karmic because they had karma with that person. It's not because they're a horrible, nasty karmic. Ew. There's nothing wrong with them. Sometimes they're giving birth to the people that you are later meant to be connected to and, raise as a spirit child. As a child that you didn't give birth to physically, but you're connected to energetically, spiritually, and through, your soul family. And you have to have you're gonna have to at some point be nice and cordial with people, and accepting of people, and accepting of situations, and allowing what's supposed to happen, and putting the focus on the places where it should be put to, rather than diverting to place blame on other things that really should be placed on, because it's not that person's fault if their person that they're with is not telling them their true intentions or desires or what they're up to. So keep those things in mind as you're moving forward. And with the divine alchemy, we have move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. So like I was just saying, if you're sitting there saying bad stuff about your situation, whether it's because your person's married, or because your person isn't showing up and they're just looking at their phone, or because whatever the hell it is, or because you did this or you did that, or you're this way or you do that, and blah, 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 or somebody hurt you, or somebody trauma, or my mom or my dad, or blah, blah, whatever it is, don't let it be the thing that keeps you miserable forever and stuck forever. But find your ability to channel your energy into the places that you need to go right now for your best alignments and what you desire. and stop focusing on the shit that happened that was bad, or the shit that's occurring at this moment that's bad, because the more energy and focus, attention, and energy that you give to it, the more of it you're going to create. You know, it's like wherever our attention goes, energy flows, and it just creates and creates and creates, and it builds and it builds and it builds. So focus on the good, focus on the light, focus on the positive things that you desire, and create those things coming to you. And we have a cloak of wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. So many of you already know the things. Like, you come to these readings, and I usually just say shit that you already know, which is why it resonates for you, because you're like, oh my God, like, yep, I know that. And sometimes you just need to hear it from the outside source or somebody else, but you already knew. So we got to start trusting what we already know within, and, you know, stop relying so much on the ego, because the ego is going to tell us that we're wrong, or the ego is going to push us to go make sure with somebody else. And you may find somebody else that doesn't resonate with your soul's truth, but because you're not aligned with your divine power, you may align to their truth instead of your own, which is going to take you off your path for a while, and it's going to, you know, mess things up. So the more you can figure out what your wisdom is and your inner truth is, and what the truth really, really is, you know, coming from like a place of discernment, and coming from a place of understanding, compassion, and just wisdom, and, you know, things that make sense, aligned with the things that maybe don't always make sense, but keep being shown to you for a reason. You know, just do what's right for you, when it's right for you, and, you know, just trust. Okay? And then, for some reason, my power's been flickering. I definitely have some shit going on energetically. That's why I haven't been doing stuff either, because I'm trying to, like, get rid of this whole thing. But for, like, the past, like, couple of nights, every time I go to do something specific, like, it was like I was trying to do something specific, the light would flicker. Then the next night, when I thought about the thing that I was trying to do the day before that ended up, you know, being not done, the power went out completely, and I was like, okay, guess not doing that right now. So, yeah, it's like every time I'm trying to do anything lately, I can hear it, and I can see it. So I know it's here, but I'm trying to get it to leave. So yeah, there's some things hanging out with me, but it'll be gone soon. So then we have obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. So, like I was just saying, if you've got some negative energies around you, whether it's on a small scale or a grand scale, you know, like if you can hear it and see it, that might be grander. But if you can, you know, just feel like, you know, people may be sending some negative energy your way, or maybe you have been focused in a negative way on something, and because of that, you're susceptible to creating energies or cords of energy that then, you know, grow over time into attachments, and then those attachments can sometimes lead to demons, and when the demons come, you gotta get rid of them. And they usually play tricks, or they usually hide, or they usually do shit that makes it difficult, or like you just get distracted, or you don't remember, or you, like, you know, get fallen off of what you're trying to do to create, you know, the harmonization of the situation. But it does look like obstacles that people could be facing right now are being cleared away. So if you have anything negative, dark, whether it was sent to you or created by you or whatever, it looks like, you know, stuff is coming in to get rid of it. And Ganesh is somebody that you can call on to do that. Ganesh has, you know, like there's different like chants. You could go look them up, you know, get like a chant to get rid of obstacles, and just kind of repeat them. I used to have one somewhere, but I don't know what happened to it. I had it memorized for a while, but I'm not confident enough in myself right now to recite it. And then Transcendence says, rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, and dance with the universe. So again, like, you know, they're giving us the steps that we need to take all the time. The guidance is always there. It's always like around, you know, so it's like you gotta just pay attention and rise up into that force that's inside of you, that's available to all of us all the time, to, you know, get into, to the divine part of ourselves that's gonna, like, not settle for the shit, that's not gonna go down into the darkness, that's not gonna, you know, go, you know, become part of the problem with the world. Basically, we gotta, like, you know, fight and be the minority here, even if that's the case, like, maybe, but there is more good a lot of times than there is bad. We just end up focusing on the bad, because they show us the bad, or they, like, focus on the bad. So it's like everybody looks at the bad. We don't look at all the good that comes out of the bad things, or we don't try to see the good that's in the situations that are surrounding us. But if we can try to do that more often, that in itself will help to break down, you know, the barriers and blocks that are created around us, and just bring us into more alignment, you know, with our divine callings and our purposes and paths and all of that. So hopefully this has assisted you guys, and hopefully you guys are doing okay. I know we got a lot of retrograde happening right now, and we got a lot of just, like, in general weird shit kind of going on energetically for a while. So just do your best to protect yourself, keep yourself going, and try to just accept and release as much as you possibly can every day. You know, just accept what it is for the day and make the best of what it is, and it will get better. So, in Munay, namaste.